Hi, ambassadors. It's Rick here from the EquiLife Ambassador program, and this is Impact Tutorials. And this is a new little two-part series called Getting Paid, which obviously is very important to all of us. Um, so, the first part of this series, this tutorial, is going to be covering inputting bank account information. So basically when you begin as an ambassador and you sign up for Impact and you create your Impact account, you're sharing your links, you're getting orders tracked to your account. Eventually, those orders will be approved, they'll process, and they'll pay out to you. And when they pay out to you, there's only two ways Impact pays out to its users. They either do an electronic funds transfer via bank account or to your bank account via electronic funds transfer, or they'll transfer the funds to a PayPal account. Those are the only two ways. Impact does not cut checks. They don't send you an envelope with cash in it. It's those are the ways to get paid out. So what you need to do in order to be able to get paid out is to input your bank account information, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So we're starting on our Impact dashboard as we normally do. I'm going to move my head because it's actually in the way here. What you're going to do is you're going to click these three dots down here, and you're going to click settings on this little menu. And this brings you to a new screen, your settings screen in Impact. And there's a lot of good stuff in here that you can, look at in your spare time if you want or mess around with. But what we're concerned about is the bank account information. So we're going to just scroll down until we find the finance heading. And then under the finance heading, you'll see bank account. And you're going to click that. And that brings you to your bank account page. I'm going to move my head over here now. So you can see this is where you'll input your bank account information. Now, as I said, there's two options. You can either provide your bank account and you get an electronic funds transfer, or you can choose PayPal. Now, I generally recommend ambassadors to only go the electronic funds transfer route because PayPal has a 2% processing fee capped at $20. Now, that doesn't sound that bad. So, what do you say? Okay, $20 over the course of a year. Unfortunately, it's 2% on each transaction capped at $20. So, every payout that goes to your PayPal account, you're going to be paying 2% of a fee on. And it won't exceed $20, but it repeats every time. So that's really not ideal at all. So I know some international ambassadors need to utilize PayPal, and it's easier for them, and I understand it. And unfortunately, that's something that you're probably going to have to tolerate in that situation. But for the majority of ambassadors, I would strongly recommend selecting electronic funds transfer, and then it's just a matter of inputting your bank account. So, like, I'm in the US, I put in my number. Let me just do fake numbers, not fake letters. So, fake numbers. You select whether it's a checking or a savings account. We'll say it's a checking. Your ABA routing number. This is something that you can find at the bottom of your checks if you have checks associated with a bank account. I know for my bank personally, if I log into my app on my phone, and I go into the specific account, I can actually get that number from there too. So those are two quick places to find the ABA routing number. I think you can also just Google it too. Google your bank in your region or something. So we'll put fake numbers in there. And then the auto pay area is very important in this screen as well. So you have two options in Impact. You can either opt to get paid on a fixed day of the month, and then you can select that, and your only options are the 1st or the 15th. Or you can pay when your balance hits a certain dollar threshold. I always highly recommend selecting the first pay me when my balance reaches threshold option, and also bringing that all the way down to the lowest threshold, which in US dollars is 10 US dollars. Meaning if your payout is less than $10, you will have to wait till next month until you eclipse that $10 mark to then get paid out. If it's more than 10, you'll get paid out as usual. And the reason I recommend this is if you select the pay on a fixed day of the month, what's going to end up happening is we EquiLife's payout schedule will generally pay you out around the 15th of each month, for actions for orders that took place 2 months prior, I believe. Yes. So, for instance, December, any orders placed in December will pay out around February 15th. But what's going to end up happening is if you select pay me on a fixed day of the month and it's you select like the first, say, on February 1st, those commissions are not going to be available to you yet until February 15th. So what's going to end up happening is February 1st is going to come and go. And then when February 15th comes around, you're not going to get paid because you chose to get paid on the first of the month. So you're actually going to have to wait till March 1st to get those funds that you could have gotten on the 15th. That's why I recommend just selecting the threshold option, because it allows you to follow our payout cadence, which is always around the 15th of the month. And I find that the fixed day of the month, it works if you really want to be paid on the first and you don't mind waiting. You will get your money. It's not like it's not going to pay you out. But I just find that it gets more confusing. So that's what I always recommend. So we'll select this and make sure it's at $10. And then all you have to do is hit save at the bottom. I'm not going to hit it because it's not going to accept my fake information. Um, but that's basically it. If you're in a different country, I know we have a lot of Canadian ambassadors. You'll have to select Canada. Sometimes there's a wire fee as well, with these foreign banks. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. I apologize for that. I know we do have a lot of international ambassadors, especially in Canada, Australia, the UK. So it kind of is what it is on that. And you are going to need this BIC or the SWIFT code if you are Canadian. I don't know if it's the same with Australia. Yeah, it looks like it is the same with Australia. So I'm I'm a little bit of an ignorant American. I don't really know what that means, but you will need that to input your bank account if you're international. So anyway, hopefully that helps, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.